a spectacular player.
Yeah, it's really hard to game plan for. And it comes out with a fury.
Can't forget about Jessie Irvine, too. She has loved pairing with Gabe Tardio, as those two had a tremendous run at the Utah Open. Remember, won that event. Got the gold medal. And a thrilling run.
Jessie's had an unreal career. She's been in this game a long time, and she's continually sort of updating her game as these kids are coming in. She is definitely one of the more veteran players on tour now. Irvine definitely known for her strategy, consistent play, but she has firepower too.
Just an inside out. Duong didn't even make an attempt for it.
Yeah, he really covered hard middle, almost on the right side of the court. And it's an easy put away for Gabe Tardio.
Oh, able to tag Pisnik.
Yeah, that's not a place that Tina would have been expecting that ball across her body. Hits her in the right arm. Kind of a fortunate location, I would say, for Jessie Irvine.
Pisnik able to get one back there. We go to second serve now.
1-2.
Crowd loves those. I don't know why. The ball hits the net, they freak out.
Talk about unpredictable, expect the unexpected. Every time Tardio takes the court, and that is what drives his opponents. Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, and he's also one of those twitchy players, like you said, like Hayden Patrick, and you can see he's always kind of fiddling around. Really puts the opponent uneasy position.
3-1-2.
We are going to see a lot of that from Kwang Duong. That's kind of his thing, especially when he's serving. You're going to see him absolutely annihilate serves and then followed up no matter where that return goes. And you dip the next drive. He's one of the few players on tour that can get away with multiple drives in the same point. Drive the third, drive the fifth. Can actually generate enough dip on those shots that there's really no risk for him.
There's Tardio again, just picking his spots so far in game one.
Crazy length, fully extended. Somehow flips the wrist just enough to keep that ball in.
Able to lay off at that time. Irvine wondering, did that ball graze Pisnik?
Yeah, hard to believe that she got out of the way of that. Kind of right in between her hip and her arm. Good lead from Pisnik there.
1-4-1.
Jesse Irvine with a great return there, gets it all the way onto Tina Pisnik's side of the court, so Duong can't hit his famous drive. We'll see more of that. I was going to say, I'm a little surprised Jesse Irvine got away with that one down the line. I don't think it was quite what she was going for. Mom was all over it, but they kept the point alive and then missed the overhead.
2-point separation here out of the gates. Oh, we still playing?
She's fired up. What a shot. One of the more unusual ATP returns you'll ever see. Came all the way across the middle of the court. Unbelievable.
Short point, but a wild one. Side out back to Tardio and Irvine.
That's tough.
When you watch Duong play, do you see some of those tennis skills? Tardio, meanwhile, pure pickleball.
Absolutely. And, you know, I used to watch him play paddle tennis back in the day in Venice Beach, and he had this super Western grip. You wouldn't think it would work, especially a sport like paddle tennis where it's not about topspin, it's more about hitting flat. But he was able to do it, and you see him bringing that same style to pickleball, which is very interesting. He's trailblazing in the sport that he's only been playing for a few months, it seems like.
Different approach on the serve. Let's see if it works. Not that time.
Too much reach out of Gabe Tardio. It is sort of his one big advantage against this team.
Oh, yeah.
Pisnik saying, I can reach too.
4-2-2.
Still, to be 43 years old, to play at the level that Pisnik has played since coming on the tour, it is pretty special, isn't it?
And she's had just a crazy meteoric rise in her pickleball game too. It's cool to see her partnering with another player who's on that same sort of trajectory.
Had some great runs and mix with Declan Barr by her side. First time partnering with Duong. Successful so far.
Very much so. I hope they play some more together.
3-4-2.
It's what makes part of this tournament exciting, though, the fact that so many new partnerships, experimenting going on, looking forward to 2025. But when you have that new partner, Wes, what's the first thing you got to get down as far as whether you measure them?
I think the biggest thing is kind of knowing when they're going to fire and what kind of shots they're looking for. I think that's kind of early on. You want to just kind of know what they're going to hit in that moment.
Sure.
See, as the opponent hits the ball, you know they're going to.
Inspiring his son, coaching his son, and that development has been on point, even ahead of schedule here this year.
No, he's a phenomenal coach, and I heard another player say it too. He's like, when Duke says something to you, you just believe it. I don't know if it's right or not, but you just believe it.
7-4-2.
said she got away with one earlier in this match, and that one, Duong read like a book. Really impressed with Pisnik's ability to take some of those balls out of the air and just kind of feather them around the kitchen. It's not an easy shot. Tries again. He had the room there. He just sort of over-curled it into the post.
Every place we've been to this year, they absolutely love pickleball. The explosion of this game has just been extraordinary.
Again, I've talked to a few players, and they're all just kind of loving the location of this venue. It's very cool being downtown. We're so close to restaurants and whatnot, so we're kind of getting to enjoy the city, which we usually don't get to do always.
So ball called out. Looked like it also could have been called on when Duong decided to play it as well. 4-point edge. There's a beauty.
Real juxtaposition between Gabe's serve, Jesse's serve. He's got this really heavy spin one that's landing deep. Jesse going more for the low, hard, penetrating serve.
And Wes, the communication between Duong and his father, as we mentioned.
It's every point.
Duke Duong.
This tennis fan, she's taking pictures of everybody in between matches. It's very cool to see.
Soaking it in.
The speed up, she kind of opened the hips, making him think she was going cross court or middle, and just pulls it down the line.
They have gotten right back into this game. Finally put away. So once trailing by 5, that lead is just 1 for Duong and Pisnik. Now an opportunity to close out the game here.
That was a shot that Duong did not have 6 months ago, even 3 months ago.
So there it is, 43-year-old competing. Gabe Tardio, Jesse Irvine trying to get one back here. That one is going to drop, and that's part of what makes this game so cool. Wes, the fact that all ages doesn't necessarily determine skill levels, does it?
Yeah, this has to be one of the larger age gaps we've seen, certainly at this level.
I'm telling you.
Playing in the quarterfinals of a big-time event. Really smart shot from Tina Pisnik going behind Gabe Tardio there. keeping the men honest in mixed doubles is a huge part of the game.
Another winner by Duong. You mentioned the indoor factor and how the lighting, you have to adjust to it.
Yes, it's always different. The lighting here is actually very, very good as far as most of our places have been.
Oh.
That was a cheeky little shot there from Gabe Tardio. Very casually just kind of poked that. I think Pisnik was thinking it might have gone out if she had left it, but you'll never know. It's going in. Pretty interesting to see Kwong going for more of a half-speed serve or almost no-speed serve. Entirely sure the thought process there is.
Pick the spot.
Yep, right shoulder. It's always a good spot playing a right-handed player. Saw the opening, just took too big of a cut at it. His speed up catches the net. You can see Tardio starting to feel himself a little bit. He can capitalize on that momentum.
Gabe Tardio spectacular, especially over the summer. And Andre Diescu, the two won a gold medal in Utah, followed it up with a gold at the Las Vegas Cup, put on a show at the Fontainebleau.
No, this has definitely been his year. I mean, he's been one of the better players for a long time, but this was the year where he really elevated himself into that upper echelon of men's players. He did it in mixed and men's doubles. He's also a phenomenal singles player, even though really not a focus of his. Funny, because early in his career, he was kind of a single specialist when I first remember seeing him.
Sure. Jesse Irvine comes back.
She shut that down quick. She was all over that. Gives it a little stare down. See, she's slightly frustrated. Very easy to say out when you're not the one hitting the ball. It's tough when you're in those firefight scenarios to leave anything. You're just so locked in, you're swinging at everything. Oh, wow. Very smart of Jesse Irvine to sort of cut that ball off early, realizing that the middle was left a little open.
You know, it's interesting to watch a guy like Kwong play. He exerts so much on the court. Other guys on tour like JW, sometimes like a statue out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get it done in this sport. It's certainly learning that with all these different styles that are coming in. It's all about playing to whatever your strengths are.
Sure.
His athleticism, his movement is a strength of his, so he's going to move around the court a lot more, find his forehand, find his drives.
Gabe Tardio persistent.
Yep. And what's Gabe's strength? His length, his wrist snap. He's going to use those tools to the best of his abilities.
Looked like it was a bit wide that time.
Yeah, I thought that was a very good call by Gabe Tardio, and he still gets the ATP off for a clean winner. Maybe it did catch the line.
Still find a spot right in front of Pisnik.
Yeah, it's tough with those, do those ernies. If you go middle, that's
25, make an impact.
What a cover there from Gabe Tardio. That ball was mashed down the line, and he still full stretch covers it. Shuts it down with a forehand.
7-3-1.
Really impressive how Gabe Tardio kind of moves in and rolls that ball with his forehand. It's a great drop.
Oh, yes.
I teach a decent amount of amateurs, and I'm always telling people, hey, when you're hitting your drop shots, don't move in, just stay put. And these guys are just totally making me sound stupid.
As you said, certain players do certain things.
Yeah.
I remember quarterbacks in football always taught not to throw off the back foot, but Brett Favre did it time and again, better than anybody. Great, there are exceptions.
And at this level, it's a little do as I say, not as I do. You
Sure.
know? I mean, it's one thing if you're a 4.0, 4.5, maybe you can start implementing some of the things you're seeing, but these guys are highly skilled players on this court.
There's Tardio again, those long arms.
Yeah. Little stare down there, too. Don't see that very often out of him.
8-3-1.
That's a huge rip. She had that paddle way behind her. Like a barn door swing.
She brings
Crazy.
that paddle like a sledgehammer, doesn't she?
9-3-1.
And another door opened here for Tardio and Irvine. So game two will go to Tardio and Irvine. They don't just take it, they dominate the second session.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me, I'ma fall like face it. None of y'all can stop me saying what we like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one doing face it. None of y'all can stop me saying what we like. Yeah, face it. Yeah, face it. Yeah, face it.
Time in 0-0-2.
To the game three we go.
What a point. Yeah, it's interesting. We've got an 18-year-old and a 40-something-year-old on the other side of the court. And who's got the ankle braces and the knee brace? It's the 18-year-old.
102.
This game can do it to you. Another ATP. That has been effective today.
Yeah, and I think as soon as the ball came off his paddle, too much spin, too much angle, they knew it was going to happen. It's a very easy ATP for Gabe Tardio. He still has to complete it, but he did. Top of the net, not missing by much.
Back and forth we go here. Certainly been a game of runs. There it is again. He is feasting off it right now.
Yeah, that is the challenge when you're hitting that roll, kind of dink cross court. If you get it anywhere near the line, guys like this are always going to be able to get that ATP. Beautiful defensive play by Jesse Irvine there. He picked a great spot. She was able to swing the paddle over, cover that right hip, reset the ball nicely.
Just like that, it's 5-0. They score again. It is going to be timeout time.
You're seeing Irvine and Tardio, they're dinking a lot more to Duong now. They're not letting Tina get in her rhythm and moving balls wherever she wants to, like she was doing early in the match. Just incredible play from everyone, really, but Gabe Tardio really just taking over the court. I think he even had an ATP opportunity there, but elected to just go back cross court with it.
He has really taken over this match in games 2 and now in game 3. That's a big forehand right there, blistered off the paddle of Duong.
They needed it. This is a team, because of his serve and his forehand, they can go on a run. Just needs to catch a little bit of fire here. Unlucky there. Good point, spoiled by a left cord winner.
And the break comes at the right time here for Duong and Pisnik. Need all the points they can get here in this situation.
2-5-2.
Oh,
So good. What a speed up for Jesse Irvine. She saw it all the way. Duong not able to cover middle there.
Just froze Duong and Pisnik that time.
5-2-1.
Ooh, just got a little too much of it. More of a flat speed up as opposed to the spinny one. And Duong's smart to get out of the way.
5-2-2.
See that middle dink from Jesse Irvine is really paying dividends. It's opening up the court a little. You don't need much when you're out there. These matches are only 45 minutes to an hour. But I don't move like Vulcan moves.
Needs lots of energy.
Looks like they caught the line. He bounced a little funny.
2-6-1.
Kind of fadeaway backhand stab. Great shot by Tina Pisnik.
Sense a run here coming from the 5C.
Ball was close, but Duong and his partner knows out in.
3-6-2.
Played off the tape beautifully from Irvine.
She adjusted well to that, huh? It's not easy to make that decision on the fly.
6-3-1.
That is just a great representation of the unpredictability of Gabe Tardio. Fully on the move, it's a backhand top spin drop and then follows it up with that.
Stepping through is Irvine, pulling the string at the perfect time and letting Duong know it.
Yeah. Jesse earned me earlier today. And she's
That Princess Leia fashion back. The space buns, right? They call it?
Yeah, it's funny. I remember she'd gone back home and gotten a haircut or something, and it was too short to do whatever she normally did with it. So she put it in those two things, and then everyone loved it, so she stuck with it. It's become her signature look. Great leave. She might have the best eyes in the game when it comes to leaving balls.
Here we go. Match point on the way.
Nice counter there from Tina Pisnik, keeping them alive.
10-3-2.
Second match point.
Such a smart shot from Duong to go behind Gabe Tardio, who's really itching to take over the middle of the court there.
3-10-1.
Steep hill to climb here for the 5 seed.
tough when you're in a hole this big. It's like the way to get back into it is probably just to sort of dig your way out like that, having these long points. But the instinct is to maybe just kind of
Sports career alive and well. And there's Duong right down the middle. Wes, I got to tell you, every player has a story, and that's what keeps me so addicted to this game and this tour, the players that make it happen.
Two net cords was too much. She got the first one, but the second one just got away from her. Unlucky.
5-10-2.
Just the combination of spin and power and reach from Gabe Tardio was too much at that point.
Now another chance to finish this one off.
10-5-1.
Third match point. And it's just wide. So Jesse Irvine and Gabe Tardio. How about Jesse Irvine and Gabe Tardio? They get it done in 3 over Pisnik and Duong here at the Veolia Milwaukee Open, and they advance to the semifinals. They join us right now from the winner's circle. All right, Gabe, you guys remember that great run you had in Utah, top of the podium there. Now you're back. So much at stake, though, in the opening or in the coming weeks. The points chase also factoring in. How much of a premium are you putting a run here in Milwaukee on, Gabe? What does this mean to you and your partner?
Yeah, it means a lot, and yeah, to be honest, I try to don't worry about the points and all that stuff. I just worry about playing the best that I can, and yeah, having fun and hopefully to make another final.
Jesse, it's Wes. You said you don't Ernie ever. You Ernied me earlier. You just did it in that match. What's going through your head? Are you just an Ernie queen now?
No, definitely not. I'm just as shocked as everybody else when I Ernie. But yeah, I think the 2 that I hit today, I read pretty well and I executed, so I'm 2 for 2. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, no, every time I do a shot like that, I'm just super thrilled because it's definitely something that's in my head that I want to work on and add, especially in mix, because I think, you know, a lot of the time the ball does get directed to the girl. So if I can learn to do that, I think it's extremely helpful. The next step would be the jumping Ernie. I think I got to be a little bit more athletic for that, you know, start doing some cardio, but I'll work on it.
Jesse, so much fun to watch that last match. Tina Pisnik, more than twice the age of Kwang Duong. You, sizable age gap with you and Gabe as well.
Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah.
How much do you learn from the youngsters, and how much do you teach them as well? What's the give and take like?
Oh no, I think it's a healthy balance. I think we both bring stuff to the table. There's a lot of things that Gabe does that I've been trying to add to my game, so he's been helping me on that. yeah, even like in this match, there was a lot of things where like strategy-wise that Gabe kind of came up with after game one that really helped us. And you know, I love talking strategy, so I'm always looking forward to a little strategy session. But yeah, you know, I think, you know, for me, especially like at my age, I come in kind of no pressure, just having fun because, you know, I've been out here for a long time, whether it's doing pickleball, tennis, or whatever. So I'm just having a good time. So I think that takes a little bit of pressure off of, you know, someone that's young like Gabe that, you know, might think you have to do like win every single time. I'm like, no, we're just out here, you know, having fun, having a good time, playing good pickleball. So I think that's something that I like to bring to the table.
That's a long response.
I know. I'm not very good at like quick answers. Like whenever they do the this or that, I'm not very good. I just explain all my answers. So yeah.
Well, Gabe, I got to ask you too before we go. Andre Diescu now waiting in the wings. You've partnered with that guy. You've got he and Megan Dazan coming up next.
Yeah, Andre. I played a couple of times with him. I'm good friends with him. So yeah, looking forward to it. And yeah, it's gonna be a battle for sure. And yeah, just like I said, hopefully to get in another final. And yeah.
Best of luck in the semifinals, guys.
Thank you.
Jesse Irvine, Gabe Tardio, starring here in Milwaukee. So the semifinals, they start next. Bright and Frazier.